So in South Africa, when you look at it, we are 90% black, and a lot of businesses actually still don't represent the demographic of the country. The whole purpose of BEE, the broad-based Black Economic Empowerment codes, are to actually redress the imbalances of the past. Whatever you do in the BEE space must be representative of the population of the country. The aim of it is to actually ensure that people that were previously disadvantaged get access to the skills that they haven't had access to previously. The total points for skills development expenditure is now 10. It was previously 8 in the old codes, of the total target of the 6% of your leviable amount. Skills development expenditure now includes a section for bursaries, which wasn't on the old code. And now your EAP targets actually become applicable to those bursaries. So it's actually forcing companies to actually look at the demographics of the areas in which they operate in. Category A can now include ancillary costs like for subsistence, travel, catering, and accommodation without a limitation. So what it actually means for you is that you can actually fund a student at tertiary education, you can fund their accommodation, you can fund their food, you can fund their travel, so that it actually keeps them at university.
The tax breaks for learnerships, which allows you a reduced tax liability. Every learner you get a tax allowance for in that year, and in the year that the learnership is completed, you get a completion allowance. And then you have the employee incentive program. Allows you relief on your PAY liability every month for every young learner that you have. The tax breaks are key. So if a company understands that you can actually be in a position where you have learners that don't cost you anything for the month, and those are resources, and resources add value. I think it's the lack of understanding from HR about the budget, the lack of understanding from finance about the compliance issue regarding training. It's critical to work with HR, obviously because they're going to roll out the training plans and they need to understand what the budget is. The fact that they are disconnected does become a huge problem of saying training done within budget done. Timing and its understanding of funding. If they can talk numbers, that would go a long way. Also then fully understanding while training is necessary in a business, HR needs to understand the most optimal times in the month, because you don't want to train at the detriment of the business.
Okay, BEE is your ticket to doing business in the South African economy. It becomes your tender and your tool for whether you do business with private companies or government entities. The better your BEE level is, the more lucrative and the better you are to do business with. The challenge around this is that companies need to start thinking differently, to think a lot more transformationally as opposed to transactionally, meaning just points on a scorecard. Those companies that actually think about it transformationally are the ones that have actually incorporated it extremely well into their businesses. At this point in corporate South Africa, companies have transformation managers that they have in businesses that look at transformation, but they need to look at it from a holistic perspective, from a business perspective, not just looking at it from a scorecard perspective.